Hello everyone, this is Home57 back on the episode of Flower Summer. Oh boy. Hopefully you've had a good day. We're just gonna get right into things because I got nothing else to say. Since it's the best way requested it of me, I decided I should try and keep an eye on her. However, where's she headed at this time of day? Since she didn't have cooking club today, Shirahane returned to the dorms early. Other club activities are finishing up now, and it's really no time to be going out again, yet there she is. It'll be funny if she's just going to the toilet, but it doesn't look like this is something to just laugh off. Shirahane heads straight out of the dormitory building. They're along the path through the woods that leads to the school. Maybe she took my advice too much to heart. As I watch Shirahane recede down the path, I think back to how I told her to investigate Kasaka's disappearance. What reason could my timid bookworm buddy possibly have for heading across the school building in the twilight hours of the day? And the timidity of her seems to confer heightened powers of perception too. That or my wheelchair needs a butt ton of grease. She saw still for a moment, and I sensed her scanning her surroundings carefully. After a while, she finally gives up and her footsteps move off into the distance. Guess I can't tail her. One such incident might be brushed off as her imagination playing tricks on her, but I doubt she'd ignore a second. If I can't follow her, then I could cut around in front. I waited until the following day, around the same time that thought occurred to me. I just like hearing that song whenever she sings it. I can't help but smiling upon hearing the sound I become accustomed to waking up to in the morning. However, I don't have time for that right now. I block my mind to the sound of my ante partner singing, for once she's practicing as evening rolls in, and gaze up at the windows of the dorm building. It's almost time. From my vantage point outside, I home in on the window to my bookworm buddy's room. Although I thought I could cut around in front of her yesterday, she was already too far ahead. It would have been foolish to have waited over at the school only for no one to turn up. Instead, I'm lying in wait outside the dorms at the same time today to see if she'll sneak out again. I hear a footstep from behind me. What are you doing? I've been found by the owner of that voice I've been striving to ignore. I'm looking for a rhinoceros beetle to keep as a pet. Got a problem with that? Bear in mind that we live together and I don't really like bugs. Takasaki's declaration that she doesn't like bugs reminds me again of Shirahane. I don't really have time to be chatting with her right now, but...
そうか。見つからなくて諦めていたところだから上々だよ。そろそろ戻った方がいい。食事の時間だ。
Really? You're in luck then. I was just about to give up since I couldn't find a single one. You should head back inside. It's almost dinner time. And then she drags you with her.
まだ夕食にはだいぶあるでしょ。何か怪しいわね。
We still have plenty of time. You're acting kind of suspicious.
No, 何も怪しいことなんてないだろう。バイオリンの練習で腹が減っているんだよ。
No, I'm not. I'm just starving after violin practice.
苦戦しているものね。
You did have a hard time with it today. Look, Nitta Minami. I'm out here doing stuff, and you're being a little bit of an annoyance. Why don't you go back and play lacrosse until it's time to go eat, and then go fetch me some iced noodles, and then we'll be all cool. Alright? And yes, I just unleashed I know the other word for her. Yes, I just linked my two projects. She sounds highly amused. Oh, she can be so snarky. Then...
その約束の第二外国語の勉強だけど、時間が空いているなら今から教えてもらえないかしら。
You know how you promised that you'd help tutor me for Italian? I was wondering if you could do that now if you have time. She goes on awkwardly.
約束？そんなことしてたか？
I promised that? Me? Last episode? Did you forget? Really, Erica?
エリカ、あなた。
Erica, you...
冗談だよ。
Just kidding.
そういうところもあの子に。
Sometimes you're just like her. Click. Aha! Out of the corner of my eye, I spot Shirahane stepping out into the corridor.
愚痴は後で聞いてやるよ。じゃあ。
I'll hear you out later. See ya. I don't have much time to get around in front of her. Ignoring Takasaki calling out to me, I spin my wheels, making a fast getaway. Give me a moment. I'm actually just got something from a friend. Oh. Oh. I'll link this one because this has to do with you guys right now. You know how I just mentioned Nitta Minami? Well, someone just sent me something Idolmaster related and it has to do with guess who. So if you want to hear Marina singing in another franchise, or in this case Chidori. Ooh, two of them actually, it looks like. I'll send you 2 links to them. Neat. Sometimes they actually come through. I had to hurry ahead, and lying in wait for her outside the school building, I watched Shirahane approach, following her movements from a safe distance. And by the way, I record and give it to you myself, but I don't have access to the game. From outside, I watch her walk along one of the main corridors and head toward the teacher's lounge.
なるほどね。
I see. I guess she probably hasn't received a satisfactory answer from Sister Vasquez about the reason Kosaka dropped out of school. That's why she's resorting to force.
真面目なやつほど思い詰めると怖いって知っていたが。
You've always got to worry about the quiet ones. I suddenly feel wretched. She must be going to the teacher's lounge to search for records relating to Kosaka's departure. I feel an intense rush of jealousy when I reflect on how much she must miss her. To be driven to such foolishness, my mood darkens. I draw in a long breath and then let out slowly, as though to expel my feelings with it. Once I've calmed down somewhat and affirmed that I'm back to my usual self, I decide to return to the dorms. As I return down the same path, I glance up toward the scarlet sky, the red striated by towering columns of cloud. They're so huge, the sight of them alone makes me feel dizzy. I can't get a handle on their scale at all. Still feeling wretched, my thoughts turn to my family and especially to my older sister.
八重垣さん。
Igaki-san? That's probably why I don't feel any sense of surprise when I hear Shirahane's voice behind me. My gaze travels down from the red clouds and towards Shirahane's hands.
証拠を残すような真似はしないか。
So she didn't leave any evidence that she was there then. I know that she's returning empty-handed.
こんなに遅くにどうしたの？
What are you doing out here so late?
ちょいと散歩だよ。お前もどうした？ウサギのご機嫌伺いか？
Just taking a little walk. How about you? Paying a visit to the rabbits?
学者に用があったのよ。
I had something to do at school. I'm taken aback by her honesty. I shouldn't be, though.
白羽が嘘をつくのなんて想像できないものな。
I can't imagine Shirahane ever telling a lie. She gracefully cocks her head at me as I smile to myself.
高崎もお前と同じくらいに分かりやすいとありがたいんだけどな。
I wish Takasaki were as easy to read as you are.
高崎さん？彼女と何かあったの？
Takasaki-san, did something happen between you two?
第二外国語、あいつ苦手だろ。だから教えてやる約束をしてたんだが、あることで。
She's struggling with our new language class, right? So I promised that I'd tutor her, but then something came up. I look at Shirahane.
二度ほど保護にしたら睨みやがってさ。試験だってまだ先だろうに。別段急ぐこともないってのにな。
And she gave me a real death glare when I put her off again earlier. I mean, it's not like there's any rush. Our exams are still ages away.
そういうこと。
Ah, I see.
何がそういうことなんだよ。
What do you see? Shirahane smiles softly in the light of the setting sun.
高崎さんはね、拗ねているのよ。
Takasaki's sulking.
拗ねる？何に対してだ？約束を破ったことにか？
Sulking? Why? Because I broke my promise?
それもあるだろうけど、勉強を教えてもらえないということが原因じゃないわ。八重垣さんと一緒に過ごすことができなかったせいよ。
That's probably part of it, but I don't think it's her not getting tutored is the issue. It's because she didn't get to spend time with you.
そんな少女みたいな理由で。
She's not gonna sulk like a teenager over something like that. As soon as I said, I realized that, well, we are still teenagers. However,
反抗期真っ盛りのガキじゃないんだぞ。
it's not like she's some kid going through a rebellious phase.
きっと仲のいいお友達と遊ぶ約束をしていたのに、その友達は約束に重きを置いてくれていなかったということに拗ねているのよ。
She's sulking because she had a promise to hang out with her friend, and that friend didn't place the same importance on it as she did. Is that really how Takasaki sees it? I think of her haughty, aloof gaze.
ちゃんと約束は守ってあげないと。お友達でしょ?
You two are friends, and you gotta keep your promises to your friends. I balk at the word friends.
私の友人は本だけだよ。
Books are my only friends. Despite my sharp retort, as I gaze up at the scarlet-dripped clouds, I find myself feeling just a little bit curious about how Takasaki sees me.
白羽さんと一緒にいたの?
I'm gonna get my butt handed to me next episode. I'm ending the episode here. I hope you have fun, and I'll see you on the next one. See you then.